On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And Geoffs, we gotta talk.
You guys, we need to sit down at the dinner table. Let's sit, let's have a talk. It's nothing bad.
Nothing's gonna change, but we need you to know that we are separated. This was not an easy decision for us. We have talked about it a lot the last 48 hours, and we just decided that for right now, this is what we needed to do.
You know, two people meet, they create this beautiful life together, and you know what? Sometimes that just gets a little, readjusted. Things may not look exactly the same, but we still love each other. And it's nothing that you guys did.
Your mother's sick. She is sick, okay?
I'm sick and twisted.
No, we'll never be separated. We will be dying hand in hand. But Madison did unfortunately come down with a little cold. We're still 9 days out before we leave for the show in Florida. So we're confident nothing will fuck it up this time, knock on wood. But yeah, Madison has a cold. And so we decided, hey, instead of both of us getting sick this time.
Hey, how about that?
Let's just record on Zoom like the old days, which we actually have not done in well over a year. Longer than that even.
I know. I feel like maybe last year around this time was when we maybe Zoomed, because I feel like around this time of year, I don't know if it's sinuses or what, but I get a little cold. It'll last maybe 2 or 3 days and then I'll be just fine. But it is what it is and we're being safe.
We are being safe. And we just had a very fun weekend together. So we got some quality time in before. On Friday night, I came over and we carved pumpkins, which was so nice.
Oh my gosh, I will put the pictures of the pumpkins in this post because, Spencer, you know, you and I both have just like a weird OCD routine when we go to sleep. And so last night I was doing it. I was locking everything, locking the windows, the whole shebang. And then I look over at your pumpkin because we kept it here. We put him on my fireplace mantle. And yours looked slumped over, and then I looked closer and mold was growing out of the eyes. And then I looked over at mine and it looked like its jaw was broken. So I don't know. Maybe it was like the heat or something, or maybe I don't know. But they were rotted, gutted. I had to throw them out immediately and pumpkin juice sprayed everywhere.
Oh, well, speaking of rotting, so that night we ordered pizza from this place that's very popular here. They always have a really long wait. And we're like, oh, no problem. We'll just throw the order in. But then 2.5 hours had gone by and we're like, let's check on it. And Madison's like, I'm going to call. And so she calls this pizza place and she's talking to the guy and she's like, yeah, I placed the order around 7. It's almost 10 o'clock now. I was just wondering if there was any update. And he's like, oh, it says they're delivered. So she goes out and sure enough, the pizzas are there. They've been sitting outside. And so we bring them inside and I open up the pizza box and out runs a fucking cockroach. It was the worst because it was almost 10 o'clock. Or it might have even been past 10 o'clock at that point. And I was starving because we've been, on this health journey, as you guys know. And part of my diet is to fucking eat all the time. And so I was starving at that point. We had been waiting. You were like, what do we do? And I'm like, I can't do that.
And I said, I can.
Madison ate the cockroach pizza.
Oh, please. I just ran over it. I'm fine.
You're literally sick. Who knows what caused that, but I was like, damn.
Oh, it's making me gag thinking about it.
Well, you ate it. We're not on a Survivor show. We could have called another pizza place, but
I
she
thought
said,
we were on Fear Factor.
I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I have to leave because I need to go eat something. And I fully just was like, see you later.
Now people are going to think I have roaches.
Well, maybe they thought that before.
No, I'm very, very clean. My house is very clean.
Your house is clean, but she don't wash her hands. We're always yelling at her like a child, like, wash your hands.
Did you wash them?
You say it now. Sometimes you'll like come out of my bathroom at my house and you'll be like, I washed my hands.
Yeah. Especially since you're, medical scare. I'm like, I don't want any blame to be put on me. So I come out of your bathroom, hands up. Like, look, I did it.
Well, speaking of hands up, our hands were up on roller coasters on Sunday because we went to Knott's Scary Farm and we had a blast. We filmed the entire thing. It's going to go up on Patreon. It'll be up on Patreon already by the time this goes out. But we did a little vlog there and it was so much fun. And we ran into some Geoffs there as well, which was so nice.
We did. We ran into some Geoffs. It was probably the best time that I've had at that theme park because we spent a little extra money and got the VIP or whatever just because we were like, we want to hit every maze. We don't want to wait in line for hours. It was so nice. We walked through, did every maze, went on the rides. I also got my ass handed to me by one of the monsters, but you have to go to Patreon to see that.
her traumatic monster experience. Oh, God. But also, you know what? You walked that whole theme park. Your ankles are fine now.
Oh, they are fine. I went up in weight for my workouts and on the scale.
No, you've been doing such a good job.
We both have. Very proud of us.
We're just living. We're laughing. We're loving. Oh, we're going to be talking about laughter today when we get to my coffin splitter. And I am very excited about that. Wait, I forgot to tell you this. So Madison and I had some meetings today on Zoom right before our call with Ash and Elena today. Mm-hmm. I had gone outside to my laundry room isn't in my house. It's separated from my house. So I went out there. I just threw some stuff in the dryer and then I came back inside and I was like, I didn't know where Hot Dog was. And then I saw her tail sticking out under a blanket in the rumpus room. Oh. And I pulled the blanket off of her. It was a wig. It was a wig. It's not even the same color. It's a Lana Del Rey wig that I purchased one time. I bought
Well, you are colorblind.
I am colorblind, but not with those colors. Just with the army colors, which is why.
Really?
Yeah.
So what colors?
We talked about this. It's certain shades of greens and browns look opposite to me. It's the most, I think, common type of color blindness. But when I was little, the doctor told me, you'll never be in the armed services. And my little gay ass was fucking doing musicals and stuff. I'm like, okay, but I can sing a song about it. I'm not worried about that one bit.
Your lifelong dream.
Crushed. I'll never be able to serve our country, but I will be serving looks.
You serve cunt. That's enough serving for you.
That's all the service I can provide. We've been talking about it because we're a year from now, if we just keep up with our workouts and stuff, we'll finally get to where we want to be. And that is just bimbo and himbo, baby.
Himbo and bimbo. I cannot wait. I want to wear little bikinis.
We're going to go to the pier.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to lift you.
We'll go work out at Venice Beach.
Yeah.
Love it.
God, I can't wait. Just wait.
I cannot wait. We'll get zebra bikinis.
Or the cheetah print. Yeah, Jane Mansfield and Mickey Hargitay, where we'll be yeah, we're just, this is just us. Because we're delusional. And in our heads, that's where we're at now.
Oh, and then we take pictures and...
Wait a second.
That's not my back.
This is how you know we're fucking for real best friends, because we sat there and like went through all our like progress and before pictures together, and we're just like, we were just loving it. Those will not see the light of day for a very long time. They might stay buried forever, actually.
Yeah, I won't even give those to our trainer because I don't know, you know? If I piss him off, I don't know.
Oh, God.
Blackmail material.
That'd make him a real asshole.
Oh, there we go. There we go. The king of segues.
Oh, baby. This first asshole of the evening says, am I the asshole for kicking my aunt out of my house the night before my father's funeral?
Okay.
It says, I lost my father in August due to reasons I won't get into. He had 4 other siblings. In this story, we'll be looking at the middle sister, AC, not married, and the 5th son, UA, married with 1 adult child and 1 actual child. Dealing with the loss of my father was hard enough. When he died, I, 30s male, had to maintain the family business, plan the funeral, try to keep everything in my life from falling apart. About a week or so after his passing, his former partner Jay and I went to the funeral home and arranged services. I got a call from Aunt C, and I let it go to voicemail since I didn't feel like talking to her. She has a voice that she tries to make sound young and babyish, but at the same time will talk to you in a condescending manner, like no matter what you say, she's right.
Hi.
Hi, I'm a baby.
I'm a baby.
The message stated that the 2 guest bedrooms were going to be reserved for her, her son, and his wife that were flying into town. If you've ever planned a big event, you probably know how stressful it is to have guests while you're trying to plan. Didn't even ask if the rooms were open. Despite getting her a hotel room nearby, she made herself at home in the guest room and not contributing a thing aside from complaining about the heat, locking herself away in the room, and basically not contributing at all, despite my uncle coming down to help and Jay working with me to make everything work. Her? Nope, nothing. The night before the funeral, my uncle and his family, my dad's partner Jay, my aunt, and her sons were at a restaurant. During the sit-down, appetizers had not even come out. Jay and my uncle started to get into a major fight over the catering of the event. The aunt intervened and told me in a very condescending way that I needed to mind my own business. I'm not gonna lie, I saw red. I would fucking too if it was my dad's funeral I'm planning.
Why is it always the fucking aunt?
It's always the aunt. I looked her dead in the eyes and said in a slow, calm voice, teeming with building anger, I want you to get your shit out of my house. You are no longer welcome.
Oof.
I would think that someone staying as a guest would have a little more respect for their host, but she looked me in the eyes and said, that's not gonna happen.
Oh, sorry, honey. Not gonna happen.
I threatened her with throwing her belongings onto the lawn before she got back to the house. She didn't have a rental car and only took an Uber. I left the dinner not feeling particularly hungry after that ordeal and proceeded to call her son and told him about the hotel room and info and that I wanted her out immediately. He came by with her a few hours later and collected her belongings. He and his wife talked to me a little bit, but the aunt just brought her belongings out to the car and avoided talking to me the rest of the night and the day after. I know that during periods of grieving and planning all this, stress can cause people to go overboard and lash out. I'm just wondering if maybe I overdid it a bit. So am I the asshole in this situation?
I don't think so. The audacity of that lady.
I agree. And I was like thinking, I'm like, if I was in that scenario, because that's usually how I like to think about these, I'm like, what would I do? And I'm like, I don't blame him at all. And I don't think he's the asshole. But I also am like, it's one more night. I feel like I would grin and bear it and just be like,
yeah.
After that, like, you're not welcome in my home again. Like, I would say that after the funeral or something. By the way, I don't like how you treated me. You need to leave.
Oh my God, I thought you were telling me that right now.
You need to get out of your house, come over here, and then I'm going to tell you to leave my house.
Well, I want to be there, and you won't let me.
Yeah, because you're a super spreader.
Oh, please. I don't have COVID. You're the one who gave it to me last time.
And you never even thanked me for it.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for ruining my life.
Okay, this next one says, am I the asshole for using my mom's death in an argument with my dad? When I was 11, I'm 17 now, male, my mom died in a crash. I was at school when it happened, so I didn't know. My dad saw her in the hospital before she died, and when I got home from school, my dad told me that my mom was going on a work trip and that she wouldn't be back for a couple of weeks. I remember really missing her, and when 2 weeks was almost up, I was really excited for her to come home, and I was talking to my dad about how excited I was, and he never told me she wasn't coming back. After 2 weeks was up, he told me her flight was delayed and she'd be home in a few days. Eventually...
This is fucked up.
Eventually, after a lot of waiting for her, he told me that she was dead. It took him 3 fucking weeks to tell me, and I'm still angry at him for not telling me. I try not to be because, I don't know, maybe it was the grief or something, but him not telling me for so long really fucked me up, and I found it really hard to trust him again. A few days ago, we got into an argument because he found out that I have a boyfriend and I didn't tell him. He said, it's really important to tell each other big things, otherwise how can we trust each other? I mentioned how he didn't tell me about my mom dying for 3 weeks, and I think that's a pretty big thing to keep from your son. And he said I was out of order for saying that, and he's told a few family members and they all agree, and they keep texting me, telling me to apologize, and telling me how selfish and disrespectful I am. Am I the asshole?
I do not think that you're the asshole. I think your father handled it so wrong, but I also understand him not knowing how to handle it, but you can still be mad about that. I mean, that seems so wild to me.
I think you're definitely justified in your anger about your dad not telling you. I feel like it is a little harsh to like use that in an argument, but I also get it.
I don't know. He's still young too. That would be something that I would hold on to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I was 7, who knows what I was saying?
He was only 11.
Yeah.
When it happened. Jesus.
Sad.
Really sad.
Ant's the asshole in the first one and not the asshole in the second. I don't think you're an asshole. Listen, if things come out sometimes too, you can't expect that he's not going to hang on to something, because 3 weeks is a long time. I get, like, if it's like a Friday and waiting until Monday to be like, okay, you know, I gotta tell you, they're not coming home. Fucking traumatizing.
I remember my dad picked me up from the bus stop one day, and it was raining out, and we were driving home, and he said, your bird's dead. And he told me right then and there. I guess my cat at the time jumped on the bird's cage and the bird had a heart attack. Or that's the story they told me.
Oh, that cat fucking ate that bird, probably.
He did not wait. He just broke the news to me right away. And you know what? I appreciate it, because if he would have said, your bird went on a vacation, he flew to his friend's house, he's coming home, and then he never came home, and I found out he was dead, I would be pissed.
Well, Bill's not one to beat around the bush.
He will not sugarcoat a damn thing.
Oh, my mom could not handle it. I had chickens that I like raised, right? But I also had a quail at one point that I raised.
You did?
Mm-hmm. His name was Ozzy, after Ozzy Osbourne, which
You know how I feel about Ozzy Osbourne.
I know. I can't believe I never told you that. But a raccoon got him one night to his coop and ate him. And my mom could not tell me. She like called my dad because he had left for work and made him call me and tell me that the bird got eaten, because she's like,
God.
I can't do it. When any of my pets died, she was never able to tell me. Like, I had hamsters. I'm sure I've talked about them before. Buddy 1, Buddy 2, and Buddy 3.
We know.
She would make her friend call me. They're my Jewish godfather, Geoff. He would have to call me or come over and tell me.
Oh my God.
I'd be the same probably as a parent. I'd be like, I don't want to tell them.
Or like when people lose their dog and they're like, he went away. Or like when the dog dies and they're like, he ran away. I would rather you tell me he was dead.
Oh, she'd be out there looking.
I know. God. Well, I have a listener email, and it is in response to that fucked up autopsy story I talked about.
Ooh, I saw somebody just commented that they almost went.
I saw they commented that they went to the like Oddities Expo, and now they have a disclaimer like there will be no human remains, which is good.
Yeah.
So this listener email says, "Hey girlies, I was listening to the most recent episode about the poor man that thought he donated his body to science, but instead ended up being used in a sideshow type attraction," which I think is the best way to explain that. Like you both and probably most Geoffs, I've always been curious about death, dying, and most things morbid. When I was in school getting my bachelor's in social work, I was able to take a tour of the coroner's office as well as view a complete autopsy. At the time, I was completing hours with the fire department. As a social worker in training, my duty was to go on call with the fire department and offer resources to people during those calls when appropriate. I was there for a semester and it was mostly uneventful. One day, though, our supervisor approached me and the other students and asked if we'd like to take a tour of the coroner's office. We both jumped at the idea, thinking it would be a fun little field trip. We were never told an autopsy would be part of the experience. When we arrived, the coroner greeted us and walked us around. We got to go into the freezers and into the rooms where they had all the microscopes and specimens gathered during the autopsy. As we were on this tour, we walked past a room with a giant window. Inside, a pathologist was bringing a body into the room. The coroner stopped us in front of this window and shared that this is where they perform autopsies and stated the pathologist was about to perform one on a man he had just brought in. He asked if we would like to watch. We both hesitated as it was never discussed, but curiosity got the better of us and we agreed. He shared how the man passed and walked us step by step as the pathologist performed the autopsy. It was a very informative experience. It helped me understand death and dying further. I was grateful to have the experience to witness something most do not see. Even though we were college students there for a tour, I was surprised we were able to witness the autopsy. I cannot imagine a room full of anybody's just gawking at a body on display when that was not the deceased person's intention. It made me reflect on how I take in information. I want to be informed, but also always aim to be respectful of those in the stories told. I appreciate you both for the laughs and respect to victims, families, and stories you share. I hope this was an interesting read. Love you both, KG. I love that she said that it kind of furthered her knowledge of death, because I think seeing that really does. Probably the most natural thing anybody will ever do.
Of course, yeah. I mean, the goal is always to learn as respectful as a way possible. And I mean, it does take effort sometimes, because there are some stories or there's certain details of things. Sometimes we've talked about this before, especially on like Cult Leader and stuff, where you never want to just purely be exploitative. Like, I feel like there should always be some sort of like lesson in there, but
right. There's a fine line between getting all of the grisly details out there and being exploitative. I mean, I think you do such a great job on Cult Leader of that, but it's definitely a thin line.
Well, we both try. I mean, there's certain obituaries where, trust me, we have changed names.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Well, I am up first this week, which means you should have a little side bitch for us.
I sure do. And this one's from an old paper, and it says, "Clown dies in performance."
Oh.
New York. A clown suffered a fatal collapse in front of spectators at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City.
Oh, no.
67-year-old Robert Blassetti went into cardiac arrest as he made balloon animals at 6th Avenue and West 39th Street on Thursday. He was pronounced dead at the hospital.
Oh, my God, not making balloon animals.
Imagine just like half a poodle finished.
Oh, not half a poodle. I hope he was doing what he loved when he died. It sounds like it.
I think he was, and I hope he got buried in a balloon coffin.
Oh, I hope he got buried in a little car in the trunk.
Just so small. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hear what had you spinning in your coffin this week.
All righty.
We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week?
I want to talk about something just groundbreaking. Graveyards.
Oh my God. Talk about breaking ground, honey.
No, I know you Geoffs are probably like, okay, bitch, we've heard all there is to know about graveyards from you. But this is a different type of graveyard. A graveyard where non-humans and non-animals go when they die. So Spencer, consider the remains of an airplane or a train. What becomes of them after their operational life concludes?
Pollution.
It's interesting because I have never really thought about it. I just kind of thought they get recycled or displayed in museums, but there are legit graveyards dedicated to objects not in use anymore. But even without flesh and blood, these inanimate objects had distinct lifespans, and now they rest in a cemetery. So let's start with an aircraft graveyard. There are actually a ton of aircraft graveyards around the world, and they're also known as aircraft boneyards.
Wait, my sister went to Chico, and for a while she lived in an apartment complex that was known as the Boneyards.
Ooh, scary.
I think a different kind of bone, maybe. Who knows?
Honey, the boner yards. Typically, a plane will have its final flight, and then it will be sent to the graveyard. The plane is stored usually indefinitely. Most of the time, some of them get stripped for parts, and then there are a few exceptions that get resurrected from the graveyard. I'll post pictures of all of this, obviously, but it's pretty incredible to see hundreds of planes, like, out in the open, sitting side by side in their own, like, plots, resting in peace.
It's kind of weird. Like, you drive by, like, where they keep all the mail trucks or whatever, or all the school buses, you know, and you're like, what are you guys doing here? I guess
cute.
This is where they sleep. Yeah.
It's where they sleep, but this is where they sleep forever. Cisco and I were driving up to Mammoth last year for one of my girlfriend's weddings. We drove past an airport graveyard, and it's like pretty surreal because when you see an airplane up close, they're so fucking big, you don't realize how big they are. And just to see them all there, it was really cool. But the largest airplane cemetery in the world is located in Tucson, Arizona. Its official name is the 309th Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Group, but its nickname is the Boneyard, like your sister's apartment. After World War II, the military started parking retired aircrafts there, and today there are about 4,000 military aircrafts that rest there, all from different branches of the government. There are, again, aircraft graveyards all over the world now for commercial airplanes, any type of airplane, you name it. But the most interesting part I discovered was, much like a real human body, there's a sort of preservation science to it. The graveyards are mostly in deserts because they are dry with low humidity and have soil that's rich in alkaline.
Honey, I think you're rich in alcohol right now. You drinking with those hottie toddies, baby?
No, I haven't. But this helps combat rust, corrosion, and just all around decomposition. They're very much like humans.
Huh.
This next graveyard, Spencer, I believe you have visited it. It's the ice cream graveyard, the flavor graveyard.
Oh my God. Last year, around this same time, I did. I was in, I think it's in Burlington, Vermont.
Yeah, it's in Vermont.
We went to the Ben & Jerry's factory, me and my sister Olivia, and it was so much fun. It was so cool. I have pictures from the graveyard. Maybe we can try and get out there this fall at some point. But it's cool. They have like little placards and everything for all the different discontinued ice cream flavors. It's awesome.
Yes. So Ben & Jerry's created a flavor graveyard that you can visit where you can actually pay tribute to your retired favorite flavors. This graveyard, like you said, looks like a totally real cemetery with granite headstones all overlooking their factory in Vermont. The graveyard started in 1997 with only 4 flavors. Now there are 35 flavors there, all with granite headstones in the graveyard. Each headstone has the name of the ice cream, their cause of death, and the year it was born, and then the year it died. So, for example, I was on their website when I was writing this. I was looking through all of the names listed and I was cracking up because they're so clever.
Uh-huh.
I have 2 examples. So there was an ice cream called Cow Power, and it lived from 2012 to 2012. It said on the tombstone, sweet cream ice cream with chocolate cookie pieces, dark chocolatey cows, and a chocolate fudge swirl. Cow welfare we felt deserved its own flavor. Just a limited batch though, so a taste memory to savor. And then they had another one called Dastardly Mash, which was a chocolate ice cream with pecans, almonds, raisins, and chocolate chips. It had a long life from 1979 to 1991, and it says, "Here the brazen dastardly lies. Some say that raisin caused its demise." And then Ben and Jerry's even held an ice cream funeral for their flavor What a Cluster. And you can see like a little bit of that on YouTube. They have a little dramatic video of a funeral, but it's for the ice cream. But our next graveyard is a phone booth graveyard. Do you remember payphones? Do you ever see them anymore?
Never. I mean, I see them without the phones on them anymore all around LA, but like... Yeah. I remember because we grew up in a town where there was, I mean, it was very quaint. There was like a downtown, and me and Olivia, my sister, would ride scooters downtown to like get a Slurpee or go into fucking Utopia or whatever, like Limited to and stuff.
Yeah.
And we would always have to call my mom at a certain point to check in. We fully used the payphones.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
We're like the last generation of payphone users, I feel like our age.
We are because of cell phones. I have a payphone story. I'm sure I've told this on the podcast before, but when Cisco and I were first dating, I was a bitch and I blocked his number on my cell phone. And he went out and found probably the last remaining payphone in our town, and he called me. That was like a decade ago. And the rest is history. But in New York, there's a payphone graveyard located around 12th Avenue that has over 100 of these out of commission payphones all at their final resting place, just lined up in the graveyard. And then, do you remember those cool red phone booths that are all over?
I was gonna ask, I was like, what about like the London phone booths?
So those booths, I feel like, were way cooler than the phone booths we got here. And I feel like when you see them, you automatically think of London or something. But in the 80s, there were over 70,000 of them in use in the UK. And now today they're pretty obsolete, but there is a village in England that has a graveyard full of them at what is now the Carlton service station. And again, there are just rows and rows of these like cherry red beauties. Some of them look perfectly preserved, while the others are all in different stages of decomposition.
I would love to have one of those in my house.
I know. They're so cool.
Imagine like by the stairs or something, just like, hello, I got to make a phone call.
Hello. I know, they're very cute.
I miss landlines. Like I miss just picking up the phone and chatting. Like nowadays, I feel like half the time when you're talking to people on the phone, they're like scrolling Instagram or whatever. Like no one just talks on the phone.
Oh, I know. Well, we do, but we're always doing something. But I do miss, and this goes just for some people, obviously not you, but like being not as accessible, you know, like, oh, I wasn't home.
Oh, fully. I mean, I've talked to you so many times about, maybe I should get rid of my phone. Like maybe I should just get like a flip phone or whatever. Olivia, my sister, again, popping up a lot this episode, but she did that for like a year.
Yeah.
Like got rid of her iPhone and just had a payphone. Or just she just had a payphone. No, she just had a flip phone though. 90% of the time she loved it, but there are obviously conveniences to having a cell phone. And that's the thing that stops me is like being able to use Waze to get somewhere.
I was just thinking that. Remember we had to like print out directions before?
Yeah. Oh my God. I remember I'd be like, Mom, can you take me to so-and-so's house? And she'd be like, print the directions.
Uh-huh.
MapQuest.
But we thought that was so like, whoa, we can just like we don't have to look at a map, it does it for you.
Oh my God, I just print things with ease. I remember my grandparents had one of like the early printers that had the holes in the side of the paper, you know?
Uh-huh.
And it was like super satisfying because when it would come out, you would peel off the sides of it. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh my God. If we didn't have all you Geoffs and cult babes, we'd be off the map.
Oh, yeah. Living on the grid.
Living off the grid, man.
Oh, and on it.
Okay.
Both.
Whatever we felt like.
Yeah. So don't tell us anything, actually.
There are fucking graveyards for everything, but this is my favorite. I found this so interesting. I had no idea. But there is a spacecraft cemetery that the whole world uses. This cemetery is located on the most remote place on Earth. It's the most remote place on Earth. The cemetery sits basically at Point Nemo in the Pacific Ocean. By the way, Nemo is Latin for no one. So it's Point No One. Like there's nobody there. So Point Nemo is where it's at. Point Nemo is the oceanic pole of inaccessibility, which means it's the furthest point in the ocean from land. So if you're looking at it on a map, anywhere you turn, it's over 1,000 miles away from any land or civilization in all directions.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. Well, I'm looking at like a graph that has it. You know, I love a graph, and it has it there, and it's showing like the mile radius from all the local islands. Crazy.
So this also means that it sits beyond jurisdiction for every country on Earth. So like nobody has jurisdiction over this area, which is why the whole world can use it for their spacecrafts as a cemetery. Any spacecraft that has reached the end of its life will have a scheduled crash right into the cemetery. Some spacecrafts at the end of their life will burn up, re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. And then some are able to be like pushed further out into space and just that's where they live. But the ones who come back make their way to this underwater graveyard. I was like, I've never thought about the most remote place on Earth. So I started just looking up Point Nemo and it gives me the fucking creeps. So it's in the middle of the ocean and I guess it doesn't have much sea life aside from some crabs because of where it's located. I guess it doesn't have like nutrient dense water because of this like rotating current. But in 1997, a team of scientists discovered something really eerie. There were these underwater microphones set up all over and they were 3,000 miles apart, but they all picked up this noise coming from Point Nemo. Again, there's no humans there, barely any sea life. It's said to be one of the loudest underwater noises ever captured, and it's known as the bloop. And if you YouTube the bloop, it doesn't sound like much. It's just like bloop. But the fact that it was picked up all over meant that it had to be fucking loud. If it was like a ship or a whale, no sound could make, like it was like bizarre that it could be picked up all over. People went nuts over this because I guess H.P. Lovecraft wrote a book called The Call of Cthulhu, which was about a sea monster. And this book was from the 1920s, but H.P. Lovecraft put the points of where this sea monster lived, and it was exactly Point Nemo before Point Nemo was even discovered. And so everybody was like, that is the fucking sea monster making that bloop noise. Later on, scientists are like, we think it's ice and like glaciers breaking that made that noise. But you know how I feel about the ocean. I think it was aliens.
And there we have it. Bloop.
Bloop. Why wouldn't they want to be at the spacecraft graveyard?
Oh, they want a tour of the museum.
Well, maybe that's where they get all their
supplies.
Supplies.
Well, this sounds like a lot of littering in your coffin spinner this week.
It is, yeah. It is.
But I mean, I never thought about what happened in planes. I guess I figured they would like deconstruct it and then like they use the metal for other things. But
I mean, some are, but some just sit as like relics.
God, well, I'm going to go check out that island when I go off the grid.
Perfect. Point Nemo.
All right. Amazing. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I'll tell you what had me spinning in my coffin.
All righty.
We'll be right back.
We're back. Spencer, what had you spinning this week?
Oh, Madison, I was scared in my coffin this week.
You were scared?
I was devastated in my coffin this week.
Well, why were you devastated? What happened?
I learned how we're going to die.
How? Oh, I don't know if I want to know.
Well, it turns out, Madison, you can die from laughter.
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
I should have been dead a long time ago.
Okay. I'll stop the fear-mongering. It's highly unlikely that you'll die from a chuckle, but it's certainly not impossible.
Okay.
According to Healthline.com, death from laughter may seem like an old wives' tale, yet evidence suggests that people can succumb to death by laughing too hard. Laughing itself doesn't kill, but it can cause several conditions that are triggered by laughing that will kill you.
Well, I thought laughter was the best medicine.
I mean, in some senses it is, because it de-stresses you, right? That's why they always say laughing makes you live longer. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, honey, it'll take you out.
Oh, shit.
So I have a ton of examples, but I wanted to get through some of the obviously I want to talk about the conditions that cause this, but the whole time I was thinking about, do you remember, I don't know if it was like a TLC show or something, but they went around to those places where people come together and like laugh therapy,
yes.
Or they do like yoga laughing classes where they all sit around going like,
yes.
And there's like videos of like instructors online doing like, it just makes you fucking laugh.
We talked about that. And I think we watched a video before we recorded a podcast one time. And we're like doing it.
Oh my God, I think you're right. We love to laugh.
Sorry.
And we're still here. There's several conditions, as I mentioned, that can occur from laughter. This is from, again, Healthline. You can get a ruptured brain aneurysm.
Oh, fuck.
If you don't know, a brain aneurysm is a bulge that forms in a blood vessel or artery in the brain and can eventually rupture, basically, causing bleeding on the brain. And then, that's not great. Obviously leads to death, especially because if you have an undiagnosed brain aneurysm, a hard laugh could be the thing to like fucking send it over the edge and it pops. And then next thing you know, you're done.
Oh, no.
Asthma was another one that can be caused by laughing. So inhaler users, listen up. Different emotions can trigger asthma symptoms. These include crying, stress, excitement, and yes, even laughing. Some people only experience mild asthma symptoms, and others, a hard laugh can trigger a severe asthma attack, making it difficult to breathe. Which scares me because think of how many times just on a weekly basis you and I are just fucking alone being idiots and just laughing to the point where our stomachs can't take it anymore. And you're like, I can't breathe.
I know. Well, you know what I'm thinking about right now? Like, I have this cold and I just cough all the time. And if I start laughing, it leads into an intense cough.
Yeah. Well, so it might happen live on air, baby.
Ooh.
And then syncope is also a condition that can be triggered from laughing, which is usually a temporary loss of consciousness or fainting.
That's what the doctors thought that I had when I fainted. Like, I fainted really bad twice in a year. And they thought it was syncope, and it's like this vein that runs like up the back of your leg or something and causes people to pass out.
Well, yeah, because I guess it causes insufficient blood flow to the brain and can lead to sudden cardiac death, which is scary.
Wonderful.
Laughter-induced syncope may not cause cardiac arrest, but it can result in a life-threatening injury if you faint and hit your head. Because laughing too hard can cause problems in certain people, pay attention to your body and health, they say. See a doctor if you develop any of these symptoms. Imagine going in and they're like, so what seems to be the problem? And it's like, well, I heard this really funny joke. That'd be a good movie.
Sent me over the edge. Oh, yeah.
Listen to this. Listen up, Netflix. Okay, so somebody hears this joke, and you don't know what the joke is the whole movie.
Okay.
But somebody hears this joke, and it causes them to laugh so hard, they, like, pass out and hit their head or something. And then they're in the hospital, and someone's like, their friend comes to visit, and is like, well, what happened? And they're like, I heard this joke, and next thing I know, I just passed out. And they're like, well, what was the joke? And then they tell this person goes into cardiac arrest.
Oh.
They're explaining to the doctor what happened. And they're like, oh, well, they told me this joke. And the doctor's like, well, what's the joke? And then the doctor has a fucking aneurysm.
And then they think that person's a witch.
Okay. Okay, we'll work on that. We'll workshop that. Maybe we'll have that witch idea in there. Okay, but I want to talk about some real instances of people that died by laughter. There's an article by this guy, Carl Seaver, on historydefined.net that has 10 bizarre cases of people dying from laughter, and I just wanted to share a few of them because they're wild. There's a guy named Alex Mitchell, and it says, quote, one fine evening in 1975, while watching the Kung Fu Cappers episode of the Goodies comedy, Mr. Alex Mitchell laughed his last. Ooh. Alex was a bricklayer and was quite fond of the Goodies comedy. In that particular episode, a character attacks the others with a bowl of black pudding, and one defends himself with a bagpipe. He found the scene funny, and he started laughing hard. In a statement made by Nessie, Alex's wife, Alex laughed for about 25 minutes non-stop, after which he laughed a huge one and died.
He laughed a huge one. You know what? That's it. I don't want to go in my sleep. I want to go laughing.
Yeah. His death became famous, it says. I thought this was so sweet. His wife actually wrote to the Goodies, thanking them for making Alex's last moments joyful.
That's wonderful.
It was later discovered that Alex might have died from long QT, a heart signaling disorder, when his granddaughter was taken to the hospital after a cardiac arrest. The doctors believed LTQ was hereditary and that she may have inherited it from her grandfather. And then we have the death of Ole Benson, which happened in 1989. He was an audiologist who died while watching the movie A Fish Called Wanda. He died while laughing at a joke made in the movie, and according to this article, it was reported that his heart rate shot from 250 to 500 beats per minute, which caused cardiac arrest and led to his death.
Oh my God.
And then we have Chrysippus. This is from 206 BC.
Jesus Christ. You find that in the newspaper archives?
The famous Greek philosopher was reported to have died after he witnessed a donkey getting drunk after it ate figs.
It's kind of embarrassing.
The incident happened after the donkey was given some wine to wash down the figs. The sight of the drunk donkey figured a fit of laughter from Chrysippus, after which he died. In his note, his student documented the account that Chrysippus died after laughing too much.
Oh.
In present day, doctors have confirmed that his nonstop laughter could have led to asphyxiation, which caused cardiac arrest and subsequently killed him.
Jesus. Should we try just laughing right now?
No, this one's fucking wild. In 1782, Mrs. Fitzherbert was said to have died after laughing hysterically when she found a drag queen actor funny. She was a widow and had gone to see The Beggar's Opera with her friends. However, the audience burst into laughter when Charles Bannister appeared on stage as a female character. But Mrs. Fitzherbert's uncontrollable laughter made her leave the theater before the second act was even over. Her uncontrollable laughter went on for 2 days without stopping, after which she died.
2 days?
Because I know how silly it is when you cannot stop laughing. It's like, it makes me laugh even picture not being able to laugh. And you and I are the same, and probably a lot of you out there can relate. Like, we laugh at the worst times, and Madison and I know when we can and cannot look at each other. Like, especially like when we were traveling a lot, we'd be on the plane and someone would just do something a little weird and we'd be like, and we just would know, don't look at each other because we're gonna fucking
the guy
lose
that
it.
peed his pants.
Yeah, we saw so many wild things this year. But in that woman's obituary that was published in a magazine, it was written that she died after she could not banish the thoughts of the cross-dresser actor from her memories.
Oh, God.
There was one more I wanted to share. This one's more recent. It happened in 2013 in Mumbai. when Mangesh Bogle died after watching a movie called Grand Masti with his girlfriend. The director of the movie theater reported that Mangesh was said to have been laughing very hard at the jokes when he had a stroke and lost control of his body.
Oh, no.
Sad.
Jeez.
But also, like, I want to laugh while talking about this just because we're talking about laughing right after someone's like, "You're so respectful."
It's like talking about yawning. You just want to yawn.
Mm-hmm. Well, death from laughter is obviously nothing to laugh at. So let's end with some wild facts I found about laughing. You're going to love this.
Oh, my God.
Rats and monkeys both laugh.
Well, I know a monkey laughs.
But what about rats? Rats feels hilarious to me.
I know.
Apparently they have tickled-induced vocalizations, and I'm just picturing the fucking laughs. I can't handle it. I love it.
Maybe that's what all those mice on my fucking front lawn died of.
They
Laughter.
died from laughter, honey. This I thought was hilarious. Humans laughed before they spoke.
Excuse me? Oh, well, yeah.
Some scientists believe that laughter was used as a way for humans to relate to one another, millions of years before they developed the lung strength for language. The mechanism of laughter is so ingrained in our brains that babies as young as 17 days old have been observed laughing. And children that are born completely blind and deaf also still have the ability to laugh.
I love that.
Lastly, as I mentioned earlier, laughter really is the best medicine. Researchers from Loma Linda University showed that laughing improves the memories of adults in their 60s and 70s. And University of Maryland School of Medicine researchers found that hilarious movies improved the function of blood vessels as well as increased blood flow in a group of 20, 30-something-year-olds. It also improves immunity and regulates blood sugar levels and improves sleep. So I don't know where you're going wrong with your laughter because you laugh more than anyone I know and your immunity is not the best.
I know.
Neither is your sleep.
Oh, God. You know what? If laughter's what takes me, so be it.
So be it. We're just two clowns navigating this world.
I'm addicted. Well, why don't we keep the laughs going, Spencer? I've got a funny obituary this week.
Let's hear it.
This is for Ida May. Ida May began this world as Betty Jean Cherry, the daughter of Howard and Betty Thomas of Middle Tennessee. In the 1930s, it was unthinkable for a child to be born to a single mother. The Thompsons contracted Georgia Tan at the Tennessee Children's Home. Georgia, now famous for selling babies, found a couple who was willing to purchase the child. Everett and Elsie Russell were chosen, who had already adopted one high-profile Memphis baby. The Russells renamed their own baby Ida May. Ida May had a rich but strict childhood. Ida graduated from Messick High School in 1950 and attended Memphis State University. Ida married high school friend Carl Hadaway. On January 31st, 1953, a child was born named Mary Denise. The marriage decayed and the couple divorced in 1954. Ida's marriage to Carl was a 3-ring circus: engagement ring, wedding ring, and suffering. Ida met and married Albert Sills in 1960. Ida said, "I never knew what real happiness was until I got remarried. Then it was too late." Ida May and Albert settled down in Fox Meadows area of Memphis. Albert wanted a son. Ida wanted a dog. With my way, we just ruined the carpet. But on March 6, 1966, a son was happily born named Lee. Albert and Ida owned several dry cleaners and restaurants. Owning your own business with your spouse in the best of times is challenging. Ida worked all day as a supervisor at the phone company. She would come home and prepare a home-cooked meal for the entire family. She managed to pay all the bills, balance the books of the family business, and at the end of a long day, still be a supporting mother and loving wife. Children grow up so fast, they're like sand held in your hand. Held loosely with an open hand, the sand remains where it is. The minute you close your hand and squeeze tightly to hold on, the sand trickles through your fingers. Ida grimaced daily with anticipation of what her gifted children would bring home and ask, Mom, can I keep it? For Lee, it was stray animals, but Ida's daughter, Denise, well, she brought home a steady stream of poor, hungry musician friends. No one was ever turned away or left hungry. It is still a mystery how Ida fed, supported, and influenced so many individuals on her budget. At Ida's house, gravy was a beverage. Albert retired in 1985. Ida said, great, I now get twice the husband and only half the income. Lee went off to college and Denise got married and had a son named Josh. After a long illness, Albert passed away from lung cancer. In Ida's spare time, she became an assistant coach to the University of Memphis Tigers, the Memphis Grizzlies, the LA Lakers, and the Miami Heat, if not in reality in her mind. As a professional armchair consultant to the NBA, Ida was nicknamed Hoop Mama too. Ball handling and dribbling was Ida May's biggest weakness.
Oh, baby.
If Albert was the frog prince, Ida was certainly the frog queen. Ida loved and collected frogs from all over the world. Ida moved to Waverly Gardens with her dog Raven, where she made a lot of new friends. Ida developed a cold that progressed into pneumonia. Now Ida was a smoker. She said, to quit something? Well, that's easy. I ought to know. I've done it 1,000 times. But the years of smoking left Ida's lungs damaged and beyond repair. On this Good Friday, March 21st, 2008, Ida slipped away and joined her beloved daughter in heaven. Fortunately, her husband, Albert, preceded her and joined his mother in a much warmer climate. Ida influenced so many people, too many to list. Ida is now a falling star who has finally found her place next to her daughter in a lovely constellation where she will sparkle in the heavens forever.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, Ida.
I loved that. Yeah.
She's great.
Full of lessons and laughs.
Aha. Who do you got?
Well, I have an obituary that was sent in to us by a Geoff, and it says, hello to my favorite fucking humans. And obviously Desi, Doris, and Hot Dog. I have too many things I want to type out, and I will never shut the fuck up if I do. So I'll just leave a little note. My name is Becca. I'm a Geoff, cult babe, and dumbass. I'm currently wearing the dusty rose-colored obituary hoodie. I also bought the gray Geoff sweatshirt, and I'll be living in that tomorrow. I don't know how to write a review like a normal person, so I figured I'd send one to you guys. 10 out of 10. They're so soft and cozy and not stiff like a boner or corpse or death erection.
Good.
By the way, if you guys want to get merch, go to wonderyshop.com/obituary. My mom died when I was 20. She was diagnosed with stage 3 ovarian cancer at 46 and died a few months after her 50th birthday. I'm so sorry. My dad died 2 years later from acute respiratory failure. Fuck.
Jesus.
In 2017, my grandma died, and that hit me harder than losing my parents, probably because she was there during my worst times and because she was just one badass lady. Oh my God, all these people you lost in such a short amount of time. I'm so sorry. She could say the rudest shit in the nicest way possible. The end of 2019, my husband's mom died. She was 49, and her youngest daughter, 12 at the time, found her and couldn't wake her up. She died in her sleep from a pulmonary embolism. Last year, my husband's uncle died, and that one was super rough for him as well. Fuck.
You guys have been through it.
Each experience was different. My mom had written her obituary and had her financial affairs in order. My dad also had his affairs in order, and by that, I mean we found out that he had a girlfriend for 25 of the 31 years my parents were married. What a ghoul.
God.
Oh my God. That one got me.
That's a
the
ghoul.
Affairs.
Yeah.
When my husband's mom died, the funeral director was the worst. All he was concerned with was check, cash, or credit. Meanwhile, her 6 kids were trying to process what the fuck was happening. Oh, see, when we open our funeral home one day, that will not be the case.
Never.
The obituary he wrote was terrible. Too bad an AI generator wasn't a thing then. It'd probably do a better job. When my husband's uncle died last year, I wrote the obit. I had inspiration from you guys and others who had written in to share. I'm gonna shut the fuck up, but I wanted to share that my dad worked at Oakwood Cemetery in Syracuse, New York in the 70s. He was digging a grave in preparation for an upcoming burial when his shovel hit a fucking casket. Ooh. He stopped what he was doing and went to tell his boss, and the boss told him to just set the casket on top and don't tell anyone.
Jesus.
Scandal. He said some other things that I'll leave out because the dude was a racist twat. So my dad called the news instead. Come to find out, this wasn't the first time the boss had said/done this. The motherfucker was stacking caskets. You know we love a funeral scandal.
We do.
I attached the obit I wrote. If you want to share this email in the obit, feel free to use my name. Spencer, you are my unofficial therapist. Thank you for sharing your mental health and wellness journey.
Aww.
Thank you. Madison, every time I see a horse, I think of how one bit you. Thank you for sharing that. They're like, thank you for sharing your mental health journey. And they're like, Madison, I think of you when I see a horse because it bit
you.
I love you girlies so much. Also, I lied. This is not a little note. I have liarrhea. XOXO, Becca.
Liarrhea. I've never heard that one before. I love that.
So this is the obituary. It says, James A. Jimmy Kipp, October 15th, 2022. Jimmy Kipp, 59, of Fulton, passed away peacefully on Saturday, October 15th, after a brief battle with pancreatic cancer. Born in Tuberg, New York, to the late Norman and Genevieve Kipp, he had attended Tully Central Schools. Jimmy was a small engine mechanic, farmer, and most recently a carpenter for D&B Construction, where he was the resident shit talker on each job site. A self-proclaimed lumberjack, we think he just likes playing with chainsaws, known for never wearing the provided work uniform t-shirt because he said, there's no pocket for my smokes. He enjoyed family get-togethers, pushing his luck, and listening to the oldies. We'll miss his sense of humor, raspy laugh, and his overall presence. Apologies are offered to the Mars Candy Company and Labatt's Brewery for their recent drop in sales. He leaves behind his girlfriend, Sharon Loomis from Fulton, no relation to the money truck, sisters Peg, Sandra, Hewitt, and Norma, brothers Joseph, Daniel, Douglas, and Richard, as well as 6 grandkids, 9 great-grandkids, many nieces and nephews, and approximately 24 unpaired work gloves. In addition to his parents, he was predeceased by his sisters Catherine, Ruth, Bonnie, Donna, Deborah, Connie, and Pearl. Calling hours will be Friday, October 28th from 2 to 4 p.m. at Ferguson Funeral Home in North Syracuse, followed by services. Donations may be made to Hospice of CNY, 990 7th North Street, Liverpool, New York, 13088. I just thought it was so good because I know, essentially, I just had to write my grandfather's obituary. And when I was actually sat to write it, I was almost overwhelmed because of how many obituaries we've read in our lives that I'm like, fuck, I'm like, where do I even begin with this? And I really loved his obituary, and maybe I'll share it one day, but it's hard to like know, like, okay, can I work humor into this part? Because you know, everyone that reads it is so different. Like some of my family can be so stuffy and some's more wild and would love it, but it's always trying to find like a balance.
You've got to find the balance. Totally.
And Becca, you found a great balance.
Becca,
you did a wonderful job.
You did. You really did. It was very enjoyable and insightful, and I love that he wouldn't wear his proper work uniform because he needed a little place for his smokes.
And I just love how you wrote all of the little stories in there. All of them were interesting to me. I can tell your humor is because you've experienced a lot of shit in life.
Uh-huh. The best kind of humor.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess we'll keep the laughs going. We have spun in our coffins.
We have bitched our obituaries.
I guess that means it's time for some dumb
ass
criminals. Who you got?
All right. I have one that was sent in from Taylor, and they said, here's a dummy for you. Saw this news article while browsing the interwebs. Sounded like it'd be right up obituaries alley, and it is. This is from wowt.com. An employee with a company that assists authorities in transporting dead bodies was arrested and fired after he allegedly tampered with one such scene last week. Ryan Smith, 41, was arrested Friday and is facing charges of burglary, criminal trespassing, and tampering with physical evidence. The Sarpy County Attorney's Office told Six they had not found any evidence that other scenes potentially involving Smith had evidence of tampering. According to court documents, Smith was one of 2 people who came to collect the deceased Friday afternoon after after a natural death at a residence. Later that day, Smith contacted the property manager, saying the Sarpy County Sheriff's Office had asked him to collect a life-sized sex doll that had been found at the scene so that it could be swabbed for a biopsy. The request was denied, but according to a statement from a sheriff's investigator, the manager investigating noises at the residence found him there with the deadbolt locked and the chain secured, with his clothing disheveled. The documents state that Smith left, saying he would return with a warrant for the doll. That's when the manager contacted police, worried that he might attempt to break in and steal property from the residence. Investigators returned to the scene, which had been photographed when the scene was initially processed, and noted that items, including a survival kit, had been moved. The Douglas County Crime Lab was called in to process the scene, collecting fingerprints from the kit in particular. Investigators were also planning to request DNA samples from the doll. Justin Dalton, owner of Mid-America First Call, said in a written statement that he had been made aware of the incident on Friday. He said Smith was not on the clock at the time of the alleged incident, but had been fired. So, long story short, he goes to pick up a dead body, sees that there is a sex doll, and fucks it.
It's fucking wild.
I'm coming back for a warrant with that doll.
And that's how I met your mother.
And yeah, exactly. Exactly. Jesus.
Fuck. Okay. My Dumb Criminal didn't have me laughing this week. It has to do with laughter, but it was like one of those ones where you're like, good. You read it and you're like, good. I'm glad this happened.
Yeah.
So I had a video to show you of this, but that's not realistic because we're Zooming this week. But I do have an article on this from CBS News, and I'm just going to tell you what happened. This is from 2017. It says, Judge Kiana Lillard's no-nonsense approach is getting attention far beyond her Michigan courtroom.
Okay.
So this happened in Wayne County, and it says, when the judge, Kiana Lillard, heard giggles from the family of Amanda Casal, 25, who, according to NBC, admitted she was drunk when she struck an SUV head-on, killing 31-year-old Jerome Zerker and severely injuring his fiancée, 31-year-old Brittany Johnson, this past summer, she couldn't sit back and listen. So basically what happened is there's this court hearing going on, right? And this woman, Amanda Casal, she's 25, and she is on trial because she struck a car and not only killed this man, but severely injured his fiance.
And she was drunk.
And she was drunk when this happened. The victims' families were giving their impact statements, which, you know, are really fucking heavy. They're sitting there like, this is what you took away from us, blah, blah, blah. And this woman, Amanda, who's on trial, her family is laughing and like snickering while the families are giving their victim impact statements.
Oh.
So the judge is like, okay, hold on. She pauses the victim's family and is like, whoever can sit here at a tragic moment like this and laugh and smile when somebody's lost a family member. And that entire time Mr. Zerker's sister was speaking, that clown, and that's what I'm going to call him, a clown, was sitting there smiling, laughing, said Lillard. And you can go too, the judge added, pointing to the girl's mom, Donna, because she was also laughing, and said, because if you don't know how to act, you can go to jail. So leave. And both of them ended up going to jail for laughing and disrupting it. It says, this is a court of law and these are very serious matters, she explained to Casal's family.
Good.
I understand you're all upset because your loved one's going to prison, but guess what? She's going to prison for the choices she made. These people are here grieving, saddened because a senseless act took their loved one, and you're sitting here acting like it's a joke. Not in courtroom 502, not today, and not any other day, the judge declared.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And there's video of it. You can hear in the video, she's like, your disruptive and disrespectful behavior disrupted today's proceedings, and you, ma'am, are going to Wayne County Jail for 93 days.
93 days they put the
mom,
well,
the girl's mom, for laughing in jail.
Good.
The drunk driver received 3 to 15 years for her sentencing. I loved that the judge was like, you're going to fucking sit here and laugh when this person's family's crying? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
How about that? Have fun in jail.
Yeah. You motherfucker. Good.
Go laugh behind bars, you fucking evil ghoul.
Yeah. Wow. Oh.
So to me, Dumbass for sure.
And justice was served.
Justice was served, honey. But that's all we're here to serve this week because we didn't have time to go to the P.O. box because that's Madison's job and she's sick.
So I apologize, guys.
We'll try for next week. In the meantime, you can check out all our stuff at obituarypodcast.com. But that's it for the week. And we'll see you guys next week with some more coffin spinners.
And obituaries.
And dumb.
Ass criminals.
Criminals. Goodbye.
Goodbye.